Welcome back to Smoke Barbecue Source. I'm Ricer, and today we're talking about the Ninja FlexFlame. Ninja is known as one of the leaders in the kitchen gadgets and appliances. So when they reached out to us to review the FlexFlame, I was excited to get my hands on that full-size outdoor cooking system. The Ninja FlexFlame is a 5-in-1 outdoor cooking system. It is a grill, a smoker, a roaster, artesian pizza maker, and a griddle. And if you're a person that wants to get into some cold smoking, it can do that too. One thing that's pretty important to point out, the Ninja FlexFlame cannot operate on propane alone. Now, propane is the main fuel source, but you're going to need electricity to make it function. What separates the Ninja FlexFlame compared to your typical gas grill is the cyclonic heat IQ. And what that means is we have electronic controlled gas valves, the wood fire smoke, and the cyclonic fan inside the chamber, which ultimately gives us even heat and faster cooking. We have plenty of cooking space inside the FlexFlame, 424 square inches on the main bottom grates, and 120 square inches on the top cooking rack. Yeah, you heard me right. You can actually cook on that top rack. Because of the cyclonic fan, you actually develop a convection inside that chamber. Another really cool feature is the enamel-coated cast iron grates are reversible. So you have your flat side and then you have your ridged. And for all of us that live in the Northwoods, it's really nice that the lid is double walled. My favorite part on the Ninja FlexFlame is the smoke box. And that's where we're gonna get our wood fire flavor. And it's really simple to fire it up. All you do is take 2 cups of wood pellets, fill it to the fill line, and then press that wood fire flavor button. The pellets take about 10 minutes to ignite, and they will last for around 30 to 40 minutes. If you need more smoke, add more pellets. You have a nice little storage cabinet. One side is your tank and the other side is for any of your barbecue tools. Or you can just put your cover in there. I'm a big fan of this grease tray. You can buy individual little liners, and that makes cleanup a breeze. If you don't get the liners, you're gonna have to scrape out this pan every time. And in my opinion, it's a lot easier to just take this little liner out and scrape it. And then you could actually probably recycle it and use it several more times. And compared to a lot of other pits out there, this is a pretty big grease catch. If you've been following me long enough, you know I'm a big fan of 4 rotating casters, and 2 of them, well, they lock. And that's great, so you don't have to worry about your FlexFlame rolling down the driveway. We have 2 side shelves. The one with the cyclonic heat, it is a tad smaller because of that fan unit on the side, but the one on the left can easily hold any larger size cutting board. One thing that is missing on the FlexFlame though, it doesn't have any tool hooks. You have 3 horizontal burners in the FlexFlame reaching up to 37,000 BTUs. We have 2 different control knobs. One is for the pilot light and the different modes that you want to cook in, and the other one is to set the temperatures for each mode. So it's pretty simple, just open up the hood, turn it over to ignite pilot. Once you see it's lit through the peephole, then just turn it over to the different mode that you plan to cook on. First, we have our grill and pizza mode, and that means all 3 burners are going to be lit. Our second mode is our 2-zone, and that is the front and middle burner. Our third mode is roast and bake, which is the front and back burner. And finally, it is our low and slow mode, and that is with just the center burner lit. On the low and slow all the way to the 2-zone, it adjusts in 5-degree increments. On the grill and pizza, it adjusts in 25-degree increments, all the way up to 600 degrees. When the Ninja FlexFlame arrived, I was very pleased to see how well it was packaged. Everything in that box was organized and packed tightly. And that also goes for the accessories. When it comes to the assembly, you could do it by yourself, but it is really nice to have a helping hand, especially when you take the cooking chamber and put it on the cabinet itself. The boys told me there was nothing difficult at all about the assembly, other than maybe the controller took the longest to actually do. Not only does the FlexFlame preheat quickly, but it also cooked all of my food faster. Even when I was testing temps and I had the lid open for a while, that fan goes into like an extra over hyperdrive and it really gets back to temp quick. The grill and pizza mode is obviously if you're grilling at a higher temp. Prime example, you're in a hurry, you want to do up some brats. And if you get the pizza stone, I'm telling you, this is one of the better outdoor pizza ovens that I've used. In the low and slow mode with the burner in the middle being lit, I was kind of worried that I was going to get some different type of results, but I have to tell you, I didn't. I was amazed how even the temps were on those 3 racks. And when I did 2 racks of beef ribs, I didn't rotate them or even put them in a crutch, ran them straight through, and they ended up only taking 5.5 hours to be probe tender. I'm sure some of you are going to be questioning the smoke profile off the FlexFlame. Well, it certainly does have a smoky flavor, but remember, the LP is your main fuel. So that means you have smoke flavor, but it's not going to match up to like a pellet grill. One thing I noticed from all the cooks is that the outside crust or the bark, it was nice and crispy, especially on those beef ribs. They were crazy juicy. It had a good smoky flavor, but there was this extra little bit of crispiness that was really good. So if you like cooking chicken, the FlexFlame does a fantastic job, and the bonus is you can go ahead and throw some smoke on those birds. I can proudly say that those were probably the best, crispiest skin and the juiciest chicken halves I've ever done in my life. I mean, you can see, this is juicy chicken. And you certainly can do a complete meal inside that FlexFlame. I did up some fantastic roasted potatoes, asparagus, and pork tenderloins. I even threw a little bit of smoke to add another layer of flavor. And being able to add smoke flavor to every single cook that you do is probably my favorite feature on the Ninja FlexFlame. You can even add a little smoke to some meatloaf. When it comes to accessories, my favorite one is the full griddle. But they also have a half-size griddle. Now you will have to do a quick little seasoning, but that's pretty simple. Either spread on some canola oil, or like I did, I used some beef tallow, and you want to coat it well, wipe it down, and let it completely burn off at least twice. I mean, let's face it, there's nothing better than some flapjacks and some sausage links on a Sunday morning. And then for lunch, throw in the half griddle and do up some chicken bacon ranch sandwiches. You'll even get a good sear on those chicken tenderloins. As long as you're doing a sandwich, you might as well smash out a burger. And yes, that is a perfect looking flip. The last thing that I want to talk about the cooking modes on the FlexFlame is that you can even cold smoke on it. And for that mode, all you're gonna do is use some pellets and press that wood fire flavor button. Throw in a brick of cheese and let those pellets smoke out. Flip it over and give it one more coat of smoke, and now you got some smoked white cheddar for your smash burgers. When it comes to cleanup on the FlexFlame, it's like every single other gas grill out there. Scrape down the racks, the sidewalls, and the drip pan, and push all the debris down into that grease catch. Double check the liner to see if it's full, and one thing that I like to do is I crank up the grill to 600 degrees and let it burn off for about 15 minutes, or until the racks look nice and dry. Now I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what my overall opinion on the Ninja FlexFlame is. It's very positive because I had a lot of fun cooking on it. With all the different modes and that cyclonic heat IQ, it certainly amplified my backyard barbecue fun. The bonus was that everything that I cooked turned out great, and we even had a tad of smoky flavor on a gas grill. Now, one thing about the build quality, it's on the lighter side, but it's not flimsy. The outer edge is stainless steel, but the inside is a coated metal. Tool hooks aren't the biggest and most important thing for me because I do use cotton and nitrile gloves when I'm cooking. But when I'm on a griddle, it'd be nice to be able to hang that spatula. So if you're looking for a very versatile outdoor cooking system, well, hands down, it's the Ninja FlexFlame. Especially if you don't have a lot of space, well, they have accessories like the pizza stone and the griddle, so you can do it all in one. But if you're looking for a designated smoker, the FlexFlame isn't the pit for you. And the last last thing is, if you don't have any power nearby, you're not going to be able to operate this pit. I think this is a perfect time to let me know in the comments what type of grill you have, and if you're thinking about exchanging or swapping to the new Ninja FlexFlame. And while you're down there, if you click on the link, you'll get a more in-depth review and even pricing on the Ninja FlexFlame. Now, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.